Hello and welcome to Stories of Science. Here, we look back on humanity's long journey to understand the world. The questions, the failures, and the breakthroughs that slowly changed how we see the universe and ourselves. We tell science as stories.
Stephen Hawking, how a brilliant mind beat ALS and changed the universe. Did you know Stephen Hawking's name isn't just tied to black holes or cosmology? It's also a symbol of defying fate and pushing the limits of human courage. Today, let's dive into the life of this physics giant and see how he broke through the boundaries of the universe from his wheelchair, becoming a true global science icon. You might think scientists are always buried in mind-bending equations and inscrutable cosmic laws, but Hawking was different. He used sheer brainpower and determination to smash every obstacle in his path, conquering the mysteries of black holes, and in the process, turned himself into a superhero of science. How does someone go from being told they have just 2 years to live, to becoming a cornerstone of modern physics? It reads like science fiction. Imagine a doctor standing over you, saying your time is almost up. What would you do? Hawking did something insane. He chose to keep thinking about the secrets of the universe, refusing to let his illness define his life. Now that's what real scientific spirit looks like. When the world underestimated him, he decided to fight back, not with fists, but with his mind, taking the physics world by storm and becoming the most famous science figure on the planet. And here's the kicker: Hawking wasn't just a genius physicist, he had a wicked sense of humor too. Sometimes, while explaining the complexities of black holes, he'd crack a joke that left everyone laughing so hard they could barely breathe. Picture this: you're discussing black holes with Hawking, and he suddenly quips, "You know, black holes can be mischievous too. They don't just swallow matter, they swallow our understanding of the universe." Suddenly, physics doesn't feel so scary. That was Hawking, a scientific authority, a master of wit, and even from his wheelchair, someone capable of taking on the universe itself. His story isn't just about groundbreaking research, it's about optimism, humor, and inspiring everyone around him. Buckle up, we're about to take you inside the world of a man who went from ordinary student to legendary scientist, defying fate and uncovering the universe's deepest secrets. Hawking was born on January 8, 1942, the 300th anniversary of Galileo's death. Some say the universe has a sense of irony, and this cosmic coincidence seemed to set the stage for Hawking's life. From the very beginning, he was destined for something extraordinary. The universe has a way of throwing in little jokes, and this one was subtle yet profound. Hawking's arrival synced perfectly with a historic milestone in science. It's almost as if the cosmos was saying, "Pay attention, this one's going to challenge me." Hawking's family background was anything but ordinary. His father, Frank Hawking, was a biologist, and his mother, Isabel, a political activist. Imagine dinner conversations at their home. These weren't just about homework or chores. Instead, the family would talk politics, philosophy, and science, and young Stephen absorbed it all quietly, curious and wide-eyed. Those discussions ignited his hunger for knowledge, but if you could peek into that boy's mind, you'd see more than just politics or philosophy. He was thinking, how did the universe really come to be? And his early schooling? Not exactly the stuff of a prodigy's legend. You might think little Stephen was a top student from day one, but nope. In school, he often blended into the background. By conventional grades, he wasn't a standout. Compare him to the top of the class kids, and you'd barely notice him. That, my friends, is the universe's little joke. The one who seems ordinary at first often hides the biggest potential. Hawking's grades didn't hold him back. Instead, he quietly plotted a course to the summit of physics, step by step. His parents also shaped his curiosity, subtly steering him towards science, even if they initially hoped he'd study medicine. After all, biology ran in the family. But Stephen chose physics, his passion, his universe. Physics, with all its mysteries, pulled him in, fueled by his relentless curiosity. Picture him, young and determined, staring at equations and star charts, thinking, can these formulas explain how the universe actually works? Cambridge was the turning point. Entering that world, he wasn't an instant star. He followed the syllabus, kept a low profile, yet his mind was anything but ordinary. Like a black hole, his intellect began drawing attention. He didn't just study Newton's laws, he probed the structure of the universe, the nature of black holes, the meaning of time and space. He wasn't content with accepted truths, he wanted to make the entire physics community rethink reality. And this is where his brilliance started to shine. Hawking didn't just attend lectures, he pursued unanswered questions with obsession. His body was failing, but his mind spun faster than any planetary orbit. He dove deeper into theoretical physics, gradually gravitating toward cosmology, the study of the universe itself. That decision reshaped his life and laid the foundation for his future breakthroughs. Choosing physics wasn't random. Imagine someone facing a body in decline, life throwing obstacles at every turn, yet still chasing dreams far bigger than most. He chose the universe. And this was just the beginning. Early on, his grades didn't scream genius, but his relentless curiosity and critical thinking propelled him to the top. His persistence, exploration, and love of science became his ultimate power. Hawking's early life is a textbook story of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. From an average student to the pioneer of black hole theory, his success wasn't magic, it was relentless focus, deep thinking, and sheer will. For a kid from a normal family, with unremarkable grades, Hawking's life is a masterclass in rising above expectations, showing that the impossible is just an obstacle waiting to be tackled. At 21, he received the devastating diagnosis ALS, a disease that would gradually rob him of movement. Doctors told him he had at most 2 years to live. For anyone, that's earth-shattering. But Hawking made a shocking choice. He didn't abandon science. He didn't just enjoy his remaining time. He fought back, diving into the universe's most challenging puzzles. At a point when walking was already a struggle, he plunged into black holes, time, and cosmic mysteries with unrelenting vigor. Imagine being 21 and hearing your life is slipping away. Most would lie low, perhaps chase simple pleasures, enjoy whatever time is left. But not Hawking. He did the opposite, he tackled the hardest problems science had to offer. His body weakened, but his brain kept growing stronger. Think of it, his mind was a supercomputer far beyond the capabilities of any technology at the time. If you think your laptop is slow, imagine what Hawking's brain could process under pressure. And he wasn't alone. His family was his anchor. Imagine facing a dimming future, yet finding strength in the people who love you. Especially his first wife, Jane, whose support was unmatched. Even as his body declined, she helped him through daily life, encouraged his research, and stood by him as he chased the universe's secrets. Jane was his right hand. Without her, his journey might have been even more difficult. Even as his illness worsened, Hawking never stopped pushing the boundaries of science. In fact, he fought with what mattered most, his brain. Not a keyboard, not a lab full of gadgets, his mind. That's right, his extraordinary mind. He relied on thought experiments, mental mapping, and technology to communicate. Sure, ALS slowly stole his speech, but it couldn't take his love for physics. Most of his breakthroughs were made under unimaginable physical strain. As his body weakened, his brain only grew stronger. Hawking showed the world a powerful lesson: no matter how tough life gets, if you refuse to quit, you can achieve what seems impossible. As his condition progressed, Hawking relied more on a wheelchair and assistive devices, but his research never slowed down. Even when he could no longer operate a computer on his own, technology and clever adaptations allowed him to continue thinking, analyzing, and theorizing. His body may have been failing, but his mind was still smashing the limits of physics. And it wasn't just science that kept him going. His family was his backbone. Whether it was Jane, his first wife, or those who shared his life later, Hawking drew strength from their support. That warmth helped him stay grounded, even as his body betrayed him, and fueled his relentless pursuit of the universe's secrets. Hawking's work, especially on black holes and cosmology, was profoundly complex, yet it's astonishing how he maintained focus amid physical decline. He broke massive questions into smaller ones, tackling them step by step. Imagine your body slipping away, yet your mind is wrestling with the origins of the universe, the mysteries of black holes, the true nature of time. To Hawking, these cosmic puzzles mattered far more than any personal suffering. His life was full of challenges, but it's those challenges that forged his legend. Persistence, courage, humor, these were his trademarks. His story reminds us that the limits of the body can never cage the limits of the mind. If Hawking could persevere under such physical strain, we can certainly draw inspiration to face our own obstacles. One of Hawking's most famous contributions? The theory of black hole radiation. Yep, even the darkest black holes aren't completely black, they shine. Sound impossible? It was mind-blowing. Before Hawking, black holes were the ultimate cosmic trash compactors, swallowing everything and giving nothing back. But he flipped that idea on its head. Black holes emit radiation now known as Hawking radiation. Think of it, the ultimate cosmic vacuum cleaner giving off light. It sounds like science fiction, but it's quantum physics at work. Hawking showed the world, black holes aren't entirely black, don't underestimate them, they glow. Crazy? Maybe. Revolutionary? Absolutely. Before him, black holes were defined as absolute voids, swallowing everything in sight. But Hawking revealed their hidden glow, a spark of the universe's secrets leaking out through quantum effects. This discovery reshaped our understanding. What we thought was the ultimate cosmic destroyer suddenly had a new dimension. Hawking radiation transformed not just black hole physics, but also influenced quantum mechanics, astronomy, and cosmology. Through this theory, we glimpsed the inner workings of black holes. They weren't as absolute as we'd believed. Even the darkest corners of the cosmos had a light of their own. Hawking's next groundbreaking idea? The no-boundary universe model, co-developed with James Hartle. Simply put, they suggested the universe has no edges. It's finite but unbounded, like the surface of the Earth. There's a boundary you can't reach, because there isn't one. This bold model upended centuries of thinking about the cosmos. The universe didn't start at a single moment, it's an ongoing, boundaryless process. No beginning, no end, no spatial limits, ever changing, eternal. Even today, this idea still drives modern cosmology. He also tackled the black hole information paradox. Can black holes truly swallow everything, leaving no trace behind? Hawking argued that information can't just disappear, according to quantum principles. This paradox sparked debates that continue to push the frontiers of quantum gravity. Hawking's proposed solutions remain central to understanding the interplay between black holes and quantum mechanics. His impact went beyond individual theories. Hawking changed how we study the universe. Hawking radiation, the no-boundary model, black hole information, all of it reshaped physics, blending quantum mechanics with relativity in ways that opened new pathways for exploration. Thanks to him, the universe became richer, more multidimensional, and far more fascinating. And Hawking wasn't just a physicist, he was an explorer. Through his work, we peeked behind the curtain of the cosmos, seeing patterns, quantum effects, and even hints of time travel. He made the universe a place of wonder, not just observation. His ideas reshaped our perspective, making us reconsider time, space, and the very nature of reality. But Hawking's life wasn't only equations and quantum mysteries. He had a rich personal world too. A literary fan. Imagine a scientist unraveling black holes while also quoting Shakespeare. One moment he's explaining quantum mechanics, the next, he's drawing connections to Hamlet. Physics and literature weren't opposites, they were companions in his mind. And humor? Hawking had plenty. Even in a wheelchair, he made the universe approachable. Picture a family gathering, discussing cosmic fate, and Hawking quips, "A black hole is like my storage closet, whatever goes in, you never get back." Serious topics? Made hilarious. Harsh realities? Lightened with laughter. That humor, combined with brilliance, became one of his greatest charms. Even in his toughest moments, he showed that curiosity and joy could coexist with struggle. And let's not forget, Stephen Hawking had a romantic side. Even as ALS slowly stole away his physical strength, his love for family and friends never wavered. His relationship with his first wife, Jane, wasn't just a love story, it was a partnership built on respect, collaboration, and mutual support. Even after they went their separate ways, the deep bond they shared endured. Imagine someone facing such immense challenges, yet still capable of that level of love and devotion. It's the stuff of movies, filled with heart and, yes, a little romance. Now, Hawking's humor? Legendary. Even at his weakest, he stayed relentlessly optimistic. People say humor is the best medicine, and Hawking was proof of that. He once joked, I may have some physical limitations, but I certainly don't lack a sense of humor. For him, life's challenges were never an excuse to complain, they were opportunities to confront reality with wit and intelligence. Even black holes, the ultimate heavy hitters of the cosmos, weren't too serious for him to poke fun at. That's courage wrapped in a grin. His humor didn't just lighten his own life, it touched everyone around him. Even under the strain of illness, Hawking maintained an upbeat spirit, bringing joy to his family and friends. Conversations in his household weren't stiff scientific lectures, they were lively, affectionate, and often hilarious. On a tough day, he'd tell his loved ones, "Don't worry, I'm just a little slower than everyone else." That mix of calm confidence and humor kept his family grounded and gave Hawking himself the fuel to keep living fully. And it wasn't limited to home. At work, Hawking could turn complex physics into something engaging with a perfectly timed joke. During lectures, he'd sprinkle humor into heavy equations, transforming dry theories into vivid mental images. Even in tense academic meetings, he had a knack for breaking the ice, humanizing science in a way that only he could. Humor became his bridge, connecting minds, breaking tension, and making even the most abstract ideas feel real. Hawking also managed to strike a rare balance between work and family. His scientific contributions were monumental, yet he never forgot the people he loved. Every breakthrough, every step forward in physics, was celebrated with those closest to him. His household wasn't just a lab, it was a space full of warmth, laughter, and love. That support fueled his research, and in turn, his work allowed him to share moments of triumph with his family. It was a cycle of inspiration and devotion, perfectly balanced. Beyond personality, Hawking's impact on science and ultimately our everyday lives is staggering. His work on black holes and quantum physics laid the groundwork for modern technology. You might not realize it, but the next time you unlock your phone, stream a video, or even get bombarded by those ads you never wanted, Hawking's ideas are quietly at work in the background. From quantum computing to quantum communications, from theory to tech, he's the unsung hero powering the digital world. Hawking likely never imagined that his theories would ripple so broadly. Yet today, tech giants lean on principles he explored decades ago. His work didn't just advance science, it quietly shaped how billions of people interact with technology. Every swipe, every click, every download might carry a trace of Hawking's genius. Quantum mechanics isn't just for textbooks, it's alive in our devices, in our communications, and even in AI developments. Hawking's influence has seeped into everyday life in ways most people never even notice. And yes, even without personally receiving a Nobel Prize, his legacy reverberates through the physics community and beyond. Young scientists tackling quantum gravity or black holes today are building on the foundation Hawking laid. His insights gave humanity new ways to look at the cosmos, while inspiring generations to dream bigger than they thought possible. Hawking didn't just push the frontiers of physics, he pushed the frontiers of our imagination. Quantum computing, quantum communications, even elements of artificial intelligence all owe a debt to his discoveries. Each breakthrough of his feels like a stepping stone toward the future, a roadmap laid in theory that the world is now walking on in practice. Hawking's fingerprints are everywhere, from labs to laptops. His research is the quiet infrastructure that enables today's tech revolution. In short, Hawking provided us with new lenses to see the universe and our place in it. From black holes to the mysteries of quantum mechanics, his work reshaped not just academic thought, but the very fabric of modern technology. Next time you glance at a phone, a computer, or even peek at an electron on a screen, remember, Hawking's ideas are still at play, quietly moving the gears of progress. From the young man once told he had only 2 years to live, to a physics superhero, Stephen Hawking's story is more than science, it's a lesson in resilience, humor, and love. He reminds us that no matter the odds, if you keep dreaming, keep laughing, and keep loving, the impossible becomes possible. So next time you think of a black hole, give it a nod and maybe even a silent thanks to Hawking. Because thanks to him, the universe isn't just a void of mystery, it's a place full of light, insight, and endless possibility. And when you see an electron whizzing around an atom, remember to give Hawking a big wave, because through his work, he's still teaching us to see the invisible, to feel the unthinkable, and to embrace the universe with both curiosity and heart.
The people who change the world usually just think one step deeper. If this story made you see things differently, hit like, subscribe, and save it. See you in the next story.